Which animal is way less fun to care for than most people would expect? 1. Zebras, the undisputed champions of pure malice. Almost every zookeeper mentions them. Zebras are walking demons powered by pure hatred and brimstone. They look cool as hell with those stripes, but their personality is pure violence. One classic line, if a zebra likes you, it'll bite you. If it doesn't like you, it'll bite you harder. Their brains work completely differently from horses. Any physical contact triggers an immediate, massive adrenaline spike that lasts a long time, making them basically untrainable. British aristocracy tried for years to get zebras to pull fancy carriages. It was a disaster involving a lot of injured and some dead aristocrats. People who've worked with Jorce's zebra-horse hybrids describe them the same way. Absolute menaces that spit, kick, bite, and snort with pure spite. In zoos, they often have to be kept alone because they attack anything they're housed with. Cool looking, yes. Fun to work with, absolutely not. 2. River otters, the fish gut anal gland good nightmare. They're adorable, playful, and look like the cuttest animals in the zoo. Until you have to clean up after them. They have an insanely fast metabolism and eat about 25% of their body weight in raw fish every day. Combine that with superpowered ferret-style scent glands and you get an animal that is terrifyingly efficient at turning fish into goopy piles of fish gut anal gland pedasco, then spreading it everywhere to mark territory. Hose it down and it just breaks into tinier pieces that fly all over. Multiple keepers said the smell is one of the only things that has ever made them gag. One person put it perfectly. Flamingos are nothing compared to otters. Even people who live near wild otters say you can smell them just passing through an area and recommend tourists just buy postcards instead. 3. Red pandas. The ridiculously productive poop mockna super cute, fluffy, red, and tree climbing. And they produce an unholy amount of shit for their size. It's both unreasonable and impressive how much can come out of such a small animal in 24 hours. Keepers describe scrubbing every perch and high surface, only for the red panda to immediately follow behind and rub its butt all over the freshly cleaned areas. By the time you come back for afternoon feeding, the whole enclosure is covered in shit again. One keeper said they literally preferred working with an alligator that wanted everyone to cease existing. Another common story, everyone is excited to work with red pandas until the moment they step into the enclosure and the smell hits them. One longtime keeper who was born without a sense of smell is the only one who doesn't care. 4. Prairie dogs, demonic little missiles in a real-life game of whack-a-mole. Look adorable and social. But they're the only enclosure some keepers went into armed with a broom as a shield. These little fuckers will launch themselves at you like demonic missiles. With their labyrinth of tunnels, you never know where they'll pop up next. It's the most terrifying game of whack-a-mole ever. One person who worked at a pet store said one individual prairie dog was sweet, but the rest of the group required gloves, a leather apron, and a face shield just to go in the cage. Even in the wild, walking through a prairie dog colony can feel unsettling. They all stop, stare, and chatter about you for 100 yards in every direction. 5. Ostriches and other big retites, stupid, while velociraptor-clawed demon birds, they look majestic and a bit goofy. Until you realize they're some of the most stupid and aggressive animals on the planet. They stand about 7 feet tall and have a giant, sharp claw on each foot that looks like it could tear you right down the middle. One person who grew up on a farm that briefly raised them said feeding them after school still haunts their dreams. Emus are similar. The hens especially will wreck you on sight, and keepers have to go in with sticks just to survive. They're the classic looks cool, brain like mush, attitude like a ticking bomb package. These stories come straight from the keepers who actually have to deal with them every day. After reading the thread, a lot of people said the same thing. I still love animals, from a safe distance. So next time you're at the zoo, maybe just admire them from a distance. Which one shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments.